Every time Bill and I leave home on an adventure, we never quite know what we're about to get into. This trip, we knew we were headed for the 2025 expansion of the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway. And riding the DBBB always means a lot of good things. But as with any trip, you've got to take the good with the bad.
Wheel bearing and the seal just blew.
That's all the gear lube that's going out on the ground. Start him cursing and cussing, so I bet he forgot to start it.
Very slick. There's not even really a good turnaround point. So Bill's going to try and back down this.
That's why it's had rain all day like this and the sun's out.
Luckily it's just water, right? A couple trees here too. Hopefully we can find the right turn when we get down here.
I'm Chris with Journey Beyond Overland. My husband Bill and I, we love to travel beyond that noise of everyday life and adventure into the wilderness. Today our plan was to drive both Jeeps into the wilderness of Kentucky 6 hours away, but we didn't get very far. All right, Bill, we're stopped here. Tell me why we stopped.
I think we've got a repeat of last October in the Ozarks, except it's the opposite side this time. Wheel bearing and the seal just blew.
So come show me. We're what, about 2.5 hours from home? We've got about another 4 hours to where we're supposed to be at camp tonight.
Yep. And you see the gear lube all over everything.
Oh yeah, it is very wet. Look at that.
It's starting to squeak. Kicked on traction control, ABS is on.
Yeah, I can smell it.
It's probably going to need a new axle and bearing on this side, just like it did on the other side.
And we are pretty much in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, which means we're not too far from cities, but we're not exactly in cities either.
We're going to have to Google it up and see what we got.
Okay, let's start from there, and then we'll see if we can leave it here for repairs, or whether we have to turn around, or what we have to do. We tried this Family Auto Repair. Family Auto Repair may not even be in business. The number's not getting picked up. So we asked the folks at the drive-thru if they were familiar with anything in the area and mentioned the names. She's like, oh yeah, Bill's, yeah, I know who that is. He's a good guy. And so we're up here and we're going to see whether he can help us out or not. Luckily, it was only about a mile away from where we had stopped, and we were able to drive back up there with the Jeep. So Bill is now stopping to chat with the gentleman and see, can we leave it here? Can he repair it? Because we've still got the Gladiator and we can still go down to Kentucky and enjoy ourselves, though we'll have to be more careful if we only have one vehicle and we don't have a backup to pull us out. And so we left the Wrangler behind while the rest of us readied ourselves to drive south to Kentucky.
I don't think you're going to be able to drive. No, I know you don't want to have to share with this other dog. I know you don't want to share with this other dog either, but it's going to have to happen.
4 hours and a drive-through dinner later found us here at the Buffalo Camp and Ride, checking out the cows.
Well, hi there. How are you doing today? Yeah, what are you doing today?
Rue was not impressed.
Oh, Rue.
Despite Rue's worries, we soon had camp set up, regardless of any furry interlopers, and were watching the distant lightning show over the Appalachian Mountains, hoping that maybe tomorrow, instead of getting poured on, those rain clouds could continue to keep their distance.
What you doing up there this morning, bud? You ready to come down? He says, I'm ready to come down, Mom.
That next morning found us watching this muted sunrise as we prepared a quick and easy breakfast so we could get on the trail sooner. Today's route would take us to the southern end of the new 2025 expansion of the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, to an area with imaginative and memorable names like Thousand Sticks, Devil's Jump, and Hell for Certain. But first, we had to navigate our way out of that campground and head south.
Good morning. How are you? Are you doing good this morning?
The Buffalo Camp and Ride is actually located right along the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, on a road marked as Sawmill, but that's not its actual name. Its actual name is Gay's Mill, because the entire area has been owned by one family running sawmills for years.
Are you ready to get going?
And if you drive the entire road, you'll still see evidence of that sawmill in operation.
So what we understand from talking to folks last night when we came in is that this entire area is owned by one family that has had a sawmill in the area for years and years and years. And they timbered a lot of it for the sawmill, and they decided they wanted to do something with it. What could they do with it to allow other people to come out and enjoy? They've got a whole bunch of side-by-side trails on it, and so they are now opening it up for camping. It's called the Buffalo Camp and Ride. They have primitive camping, they have electric and water, there's a bathroom, shower house, there's I think 2 stalls in the women's, I don't know how many in the men's, is it just one?
Yep.
Okay, so it's just one shower and one bathroom for the men's side. But their facilities here, there are beautiful views. There's an A-frame up on the hill with a warming hut that sounds like it may eventually be for rent. I'm not sure on that. That's what's happening out here, is they're gradually going to improve it, increase it, and hope to get people in there. There's also a stage so that they can try and bring in musical acts and have a concert venue. So looks like a nice start to a small but very likely beautiful place for camping. We are on the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway this morning. There's a new expansion for 2025, and we are starting out at the southernmost loop that goes south out of the Buffalo Camp and Ride, which is where we stayed last night. It was very convenient. It was inexpensive. It's like $15 for kind of a camping at this point in time. It was a Dropbox. And now we are driving by the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, and we're going to see what we can see. Thanks for joining us. Don't drive too fast down these little one lane. It was asphalt, now it's gravel. Don't drive too fast down them. You never know who's going to go the other way. But you also miss things like this that we almost completely just drove by and thankfully stopped and backed up and back up. It's a very nice little waterfall just right here by the road. Did you know you're on the road? Oh, did you know you're on the road? It's like a dinosaur tail. Dinosaur tail. Dinosaur feet. Look at those massive claws, man. You are an awesome creature of God. Yes, you are. You are so awesome.
Hi, Ruth. Hi, famous Chris.
So we are now driving a little loop on the Backcountry Byway that I tried to take basically the tracks from Carto Tracks and Avenza Maps and put them into Onyx, because that's what we typically use. So I have both of those in a redundant backup. So I've got Onyx up, but there were two places on the new expansion that Onyx does not recognize them as roads yet. So they must be new, just opened. I know this is cooperation with a lot of local counties, so I'm really excited about that. This loop that we're doing right now is one of those two. So I'm hopeful that this is going to be a good loop. We are not at the end of the marked roadway yet, but it's a beautiful trail, fairly easy at this point. Some ups and downs, which were really fun. We'll see how it goes. These pink flowers seem to be everywhere along this road. Section on the way in where you're basically getting pinstriped by them. So, don't know what they are. Haven't seen them before. If you know what they are, let us know.
Soon after this point, that regular road on the map ended and transformed itself into something completely different.
This is why you should probably think about airing down before you drive through the sticky, nasty mud, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Sticky, nasty mud it is.
At least it's not totally pouring.
Yet. Isn't it supposed to pour like in a little bit and then we're going to be on the other side of the creek and stuck? Well, we found what looks like our first river crossing, water crossing for this morning. It looked kind of scary, but now that I'm standing in it, it doesn't seem so bad. It's not even up to my knees. It's a little bit deeper in the entrance over here, and it's a little soft on the entrance, so we want to make sure we're careful when we're coming in. But otherwise, looks like we found our first good water crossing for the morning. When we were coming in, we actually came across a Kentucky Power employee who was driving out, rolled down the window, and told us there was a tree down with a power line in it. We're pretty sure he didn't come this way, though. We didn't see his tire tracks. There were a couple other main branches that went off from where we came in. So pretty sure we're not going to run into that where we are, where the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway is.
But we'll just keep driving and find out. If you stay to the left instead of taking the right, because it looks like there's a cutoff to the left that looks like it might be easier. It's not. It's deeper. It's swifter. There's some really soft mud right there. You see the entrance across from here where you'd have to come across. You're also downstream from where the exit is. So stay to the right. The right was definitely the much better choice coming across this creek. That is a really cool lake right here. Looks like just an old river that they flooded down somewhere. Very cool.
As the sun slowly crept into the sky, we fill the morning air with warmth and light. Sounds of birds in harmony, and you there right next to me.
We're about to see Bill fall into the water here or not. There's a very cool falls just past it.
No matter where we go, my heart is yours to know.
I need to say that whoever found this track this is a really beautiful track.
Through all the storms and by your side, through days of warmth and by your side, like the stars and the moon in the nighttime sky.
So just came up a really cool part right there. And I saw this, and it's a well. Check that out. It's not as deep.
Walking in cold nights with your hand in mine, all wrapped up warm, sitting by the fire. This life is the best, living wild and free, with you there right next to me. Oh, no matter where we go, oh, my heart is yours to know. Through all the storms, I'm by your side. Through days of warmth, I'm by your side. Like the stars and the moon in the nighttime sky, I'm by your side. Through all the storms, I'm by your side. Through days of warmth, I'm by your side. Like the stars and the moon in the nighttime sky, I'm by your side.
Met some guys going out to trim the trees. And 2 big trucks and a side-by-side. Well, bigger than a Jeep. But there's an electric line that runs back there, and he's like, where we're going, there ain't no road. Okay. Because they looked a little skeptical when they saw me driving through. The road's not bad. It might be a 3, maybe a 4 tops. The water's a little high today, so Probably isn't much worse than that unless you get lots of washouts, things like that. But it's beautiful. This is a beautiful waterfall glade. I mean, it's just very, very pretty. And now I'm about to head down a steep section, which is probably about a 15 degree, 16, 17 maybe tops. We'll see when I get down to the bottom. Bill's going to film it and hopefully I don't run him over.
And although Bill intended to film it, this is all he got.
Well, hi there, cameraman. How are you doing today?
Well, I don't know if I got that or not.
Seriously?
I think I might have.
Okay, well, we'll find out. It was 18 degrees down at the steepest.
Yep.
Pretty cool. I'm crashing. I'm not crashing. Is it turtle season? Yes. Is it turtle season?
There they are. The goat family.
Wow.
Chilling out on the bridge.
You two can drive out.
The rest of that morning found us driving trails with names like Owlsnest, Buckhorn Lakeview, and Hell for Certain. With a name like Hell for Certain, you would expect a good story. And well, there is an old tale about a missionary who got lost in this area. And when he finally found his way and got home again, he was asked where he'd been. And he said he wasn't sure, but it looked like hell for certain to him. Although Hell for Certain runs directly through the center of the loop we were driving, we took no film there because it was pretty darn unremarkable. What we did find remarkable about the area, well, hiding this tiny little town, it has a Hardee's.
You made this on the camp stove.
I'm still trying to figure out how you make stuff on the camp stove that I don't bring with us. It's miraculous, isn't it?
Now all that was left for us to finish in the afternoon was Bull Creek, Upper Dill Branch, and Confluence-Shoals-Sizemore Road. If you look at the map, you'll notice that some of those roads, they just really aren't that close together. But with so many loops intertwining in the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, sometimes you just have to figure out how to hit them all.
So we thought we were making the correct turn on this map, looked at both of the maps. Yeah, we're not making the right turn. We discovered we went up a really steep incline. That's not where we're wanting to go. So now we're going to go back down that 20. It was 23 degrees I saw. I thought it jumped to 26 for a second, but we'll see on the way down whether it's 23 or 26. Oh, he probably didn't film it. I just heard him cursing and cussing, so I bet he forgot to start it. Anyway, that hill that I just went down was 21 degrees. We'll see whether it picked it up on it's the fake GoPro, because our GoPro button isn't working for some reason. So you can't stop and start it. That's a problem. Yeah, I bet he didn't start it. He doesn't look real happy. And by the way, there are a couple trees here too. Hopefully we can find the right turn when we get down here.
Because there were so many turns off one intersection, it did take us until the third try to get it right, but eventually we found our way. Toward the end of the afternoon, we found ourselves back on a road that was in the Daniel Boone National Forest. And so we decided it would be a great idea to try one of those spurs and see if we could find a good dispersed campsite. The bad news was that this particular spur was kind of narrow, a little steep on one side, and slick to the point where we were sliding towards that edge. And after the Gladiator just randomly fell out of 4 low, Bill decided maybe he'd get out and scout this out.
Good idea, because I'm afraid you may have to back down from here, and that would stink to have to back down from here.
So we just drove up a side spur in the National Forest in the hope that maybe there was a dispersed site. Well, this is why you probably should walk them first to double check and see what's up them, because it's a little slick, it's very narrow. I've got a little bit of a drop off on the one side and the hillside going up on the other. And there's really nothing up here. We can keep going further, we just walk further. It's very slick. There's not even really a good turnaround point. So Bill's going to try and back down this. You know you made that look easier going backwards than forwards?
It felt easier. Because going up, it kept wanting to slide down the hill, but going down, the tires bit better. I mean, it was spinning, in other words.
It didn't have issues coming back down.
And so we headed back through the beauty of the forest, past where those tree crews had been working on the downed tree with the power line in it, back towards the Buffalo Camp and Ride.
This guy's had rain all day, like they said, and the sun's out.
Yeah, it turned out to be a nice day.
This morning, it said rain all day up till about 9 o'clock. Because then we'd be setting camp up at night with the rain finishing up, hopefully.
I'd say Bill spoke just a little too soon.
So you had to camp up here on the ridge, huh?
And I'm thinking hopefully the wind's over now.
Yeah, it was very windy here for a minute, and it was blowing everything around, and now we just got a bunch of rain. But, oh, there it comes again.
Feels like it's stable. I'm just worried if the dust comes, it's going to be moving on.
I agree.
I wonder what my strings on there.
Well, your strings are on there over here. Nice. So you wanted to cook dinner, huh? Before 9 o'clock?
I'm thinking it's passing through. I'm starting to see white clouds and blue sky from the west.
I am too. Starting to see the hills around us again. Still raining over the valley. Still raining a little here. What do you think?
Something's wrong with this one.
Are you feeling wet? Are you feeling wet?
The dogs and I might have questioned Bill's choice of camping spot here out in the primitive camping area at the Buffalo Camp and Ride. But after the rain cleared and you could see for miles, it made perfect sense. 10 years ago, if you'd told me about the beauty of the Kentucky wilderness, I might have questioned your sanity. But the Kentucky mountain wilderness is truly a gem of verdant green forests, breathtaking views, cascading creeks, and serene rushing waterfalls. Kentucky boasts hundreds of miles of tracks and trails just waiting for the intrepid explorer to come for an adventure. So what's stopping you? you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're worried about whether Bill got dinner before 9 o'clock at night, don't. We enjoyed dinner long before the sun went down.
And there he is, waiting patiently because he thinks he's getting some of this. Hey, Bill, guess what? I ordered takeout.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't cook anything on the camp stove.
Thanks so much for watching. And if you come back again next week, here's just a glimpse of where the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway will take us then.
He's finally stopping to pick me up.
I'm sitting in a creek because I just fell down.
So Bill and I have the radio on this morning, on and off when we're not filming, and he has managed to find a local country station. Well, I don't know if it's a country station or not. It's called the Friday Morning Crazy Show. Yeah. You have to know that there's another song on that really weird station, that really weird program this morning, and it's a country song about a teeny weeny man who comes down in a spaceship and is talking to a horse trying to get him to take him to our leader. Okay.
Until we see you again, don't forget to go out and find your own adventure.